We are a stronger organization. We were already strong, but we'll be even stronger going forward. I hope that the programs we've put in place last, whether we are here or not, such as community service. So I hope that we have a legacy of being strong in the community and growing.
41 years and counting. The Pittsburgh Black Media Federation has a rich history of not only credible and creative journalists and media professionals, but a series of programs that makes this chapter unique. In 2014, we overcame some challenges and increased our membership base from 8 to 62 active members in just 10 months. And that's something to celebrate. Co-chair of our traditional award ceremony, Irvin Dyer, explains how we use a program called the Robert L. Vann Awards to celebrate the true essence of those who cover important topics in our community.
The Robert L. Vann Awards, of course, are named for Robert L. Vann, who was a pioneering journalist. He was a University of Pittsburgh graduate. He was a law student and a law graduate of Pittsburgh. And he worked with the Pittsburgh Courier. And he was editor of the Courier during a time when it introduced tremendous changes in American society. They led a campaign against racism. They opened doors and gave a number of journalists opportunities they wouldn't have had if the Courier didn't exist. And so we wanted to honor him and his legacy by naming the awards for Robert L. Vann. And so we believe that our work is to engage our journalist brothers, be they black, white, or whatever. And so we believe that all journalists can write about issues that are Africana issues in Western Pennsylvania. It doesn't just have to be people who are African American or Africana. So we reach out to all journalists, black, white, men, women, what have you, and say that here are good stories. Here are interesting stories. Here are stories that you can cover. And when you write about them and cover them and do a good job, that your coverage can be honored because it's excellent coverage, and we can honor that and reward that.
Each year since 1983, the Pittsburgh Black Media Federation has brought together the brightest high school students to the city for the Frank Bolden Urban Journalism Workshop, a program designed specifically for those who wish to enter the world of media. In 2014, 27 students from around the country took place in this week-long program.
I see the workshop educating young black future journalists of America. We have graduates who are working for MSNBC, who are often on the Today Show now. We have graduates who are writing for the Washington Post. And we've had graduates working for just about every paper in the Pittsburgh area and a lot of television stations across the nation, too.
It is an interesting prospect, not just for the students, but for the teachers and instructors as well, because it teaches students how to be a radio professional, a TV professional, a print professional, a photography professional, a web professional. And when I say professional, I mean these students are actually doing the work. They get in a week what most college students don't get in the 4 years that they attend in universities or colleges. And for the instructors, it's a means of us being reintroduced to this profession that we love. There are years that sometimes I want to give up broadcast news, but after teaching the students and showing them my craft and having them explore it and exploring it with them, I fall back in love with my business.
I actually came up through the workshop as a student. I have been involved with the organization in that capacity since I was 16 years old, and our print co-coordinator, Carmen Lee, stepped down 2 years ago, and myself and another student took over responsibilities for the print product. This workshop is absolutely something worth my time. It's something worth any young person who thinks they might have a slight interest in writing's time, and it's worth the community's time because we produce a bunch of very smart and talented young journalists.
And there's all these little different things that come from this workshop that prepares a young person to be an adult. And I felt I learned all that as a student, so I felt like maybe I should give that back as an instructor.
Frank Bolden was the city editor of the old Pittsburgh Courier. He was also one of only 2 black men reporters who were certified by the State Department during World War II to be war correspondents. He reported from the CBI, the China-Burma India Theater, on the Tan Yanks, as he called them, the black truck drivers of the Red Ball Express who built and carried cargo much needed for the war effort over that road. He was always a great journalist who could turn a phrase. He was a mentor of mine, and so I'm giving back like Frank gave to me, and he's worth having the workshop named after.
I believe in teamwork and organization. We have a great board, a full board, which we'd lacked for a while, and we have a group of hardworking people, and everybody brings something different. We have a professional development series this year for the first time. We have a great, very active community service committee. And everybody, obviously journalists, we bring writers, great public relations professionals, great photographers. So I think we bring our professional skills to the benefit of PBMF.
The Still Feel Like Going On photo project is funded by Heinz Endowments through the Poise Foundation, and we introduce young black men, teenagers, to the world of photography and how the power of images is at their disposal. Rather than using a gun, make their weapon of choice a camera and shoot in that regard. And so we had 6 young men this year who finished the program. All of them were interested in photography. All of them were outstanding young men, well on their way to success in whatever field they choose. And we hope they go into photography. Here's another thing that made 2014 special for PBMF. Although we predate NABJ, that year, last year, we were able to combine the best of the vision and the mission, the values of the National Association of Black Journalists with the Media Federation. We're unique, we have our own personality, but better than ever and more than ever, we were able to combine the two and come up with something that's really, really beautiful and that works so well, and that could be a prototype for other professional media organizations, and we're proud of that.
We started these Soul Cafes late 90s at the birth of these sort of poetry, coffee nook kind of environments, and wanted to feature writers and poets and kind of keep it literary based, but quickly it grew into a full entertainment platform from singers and dancers and musicians, and it's featured many of the talent that we not only see locally, but award winners. Groups have opened for national groups. It's just been a wonderful event, and it raises money for the Pittsburgh Black Media Federation, the scholarship for our high school students. So it just continues to give and give back.
Members have been extremely receptive and really supportive to all the different projects that we've been doing. It's kind of surprising because we've had so many different things going on at once, sometimes overlapping. I remember when we did our book drive, our summer book drive, we were collecting books for about a good 3.5 months throughout the summer in the year 2014. And members took a bunch of boxes to their workplaces. They sent out emails and text messages to friends and family members and coworkers to try and collect all of these different children's books. And we ended up collecting almost 1,000 in just a few short months. So we never would have been able to do that if it wasn't for all of the members banding together and really getting involved and really being hands-on and active in making that happen.
I think people care. I think Pittsburgh is the city of caring, and our members we're working for free because we care about this organization. It's not because they're trying to better their careers or just pad their resumes. I think they care about this organization and our mission, which is advocacy for Black journalists and for the Black community.